So let's talk the politics. Joining us now, two people who don't have their boots or hands on anyone's anything. Conservative columnist Reihan Salam, and for the first time, Democratic activist Sam Bennett of the Women's Campaign Forum. Good to see you both. Thanks for being with us. Reihan, why don't we start with you? Let's be honest, let's be fair. Could this be, this week, the low point of the Obama presidency?
It certainly looks like it. I think that President Obama came in with a reputation for competence, and the great danger is that that reputation is slipping away. And I think they're doing everything they possibly can to project that they're in charge, they're in control, they know what they're doing, and they're ready to start reversing some of this political damage.
Sam Bennett, what do you think? You like the president. Does anyone really believe him when he says he's in charge?
Well, let's be honest about the situation. You've got drilling that is farther out than anything we've seen, right, and deeper, right? So this is how many? 40 miles out, 5,000 feet down, and we've never dealt with a spill of this situation. Quite frankly, the federal government, Obama, doesn't even have the technology to plug that hole. Only BP does, and trust me, the whole oil industry, this makes them all look bad, and they're all working together to fix this situation. I understand where Obama's going. He wants to seem like he's the chief executive and he's in charge, but by no means is this his quote-unquote fault, and by no means has he been mishandling the situation. So let's call a spade here.
Let's also put it in a partisan context. Reihan, do the Republicans have anything to do here, anything to say? Is there any alternative to just hoping BP and the government succeed?
I think that it's a very awkward moment for Republicans because you have a lot of people pursuing different strategies. For example, a Democratic Senator, Mary Landrieu, has been quick to say that, wait a second, let's not demonize the oil and gas industry, which is a very important industry in Louisiana. And you have other Republicans who are doing precisely that. For example, Sarah Palin, who are suggesting that the Obama administration is in bed with the oil industry. So you get a lot of different, complex, conflicting messages. And I think that one concern is that when you look at Hurricane Katrina and the response to Hurricane Katrina, it fit a certain kind of narrative. And that narrative was very hard to overcome, despite the fact that it didn't always fit the facts. The fact that, the first responders were the state and local governments, and that didn't really resonate. And I think that now the president is dealing with that same problem. There is this narrative that's out there that's gotten established, whether it's true or not, that he hasn't been sufficiently active. And I think that it's going to be very hard to dislodge that. And I think that, I would dispute whether or not he has not made any mistakes at all. In fact, the president himself has expressed regret over a number of the decisions, a lack of urgency, among other things. So I think that that actually reflected very honest contrition on his part. And I think that's part of how he's going to rebuild his brand.
Well, and I couldn't agree with you more in terms of the strategy of contrition. Mary Landrieu, who is a Democrat, right, has been coming to the defense of the oil industry, while Sarah Palin, who before this was drill baby drill, is trying to regain her own brand in the face of this environmental disaster. And bottom line, something we're not hearing enough about, I think, is the fact that the huge economic and long-lasting economic impact this is going to have on an economy that's already really in trouble, that Obama's administration has been able to make some nice strides on. I think that's going to be a real challenge for the administration, too.
Sam Bennett, Reihan Salam, thanks so much for this.
Thanks.
Thanks.